We're heading into what's supposed to be a joyful time of year. However, your office and your coworkers can often derail those positive feelings. According to a 2022 report by Myers-Briggs, more than 1/3 of those surveyed said they deal with conflict at work often, very often, or all the time. And that's up from 29% in 2008. Joining us now to talk about what employees fight about and how to calm the situation is Richard Birke of JAMS Pathways, a company that provides dispute resolution services. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let me preface this with, this was not my idea. I love all of my coworkers. Mike Morgan wants to know. So why is conflict, though, a growing problem in the workplaces in a lot of places?
Well, I think we have to start with the idea that conflict is growing generally, in part, I think, because of social media. There are curated feeds and everybody sort of puts their attention on bad news. There's increased political polarization. I think a false sense of us versus them. I think an awful lot more people are kind of in the middle on most topics, but the social media tends to exacerbate the problems, the divisions. Now, why the workplace? Well, things that are happening in all of our lives are happening at the workplace because we spend a lot of our waking hours there with people that, you're lucky to like your colleagues. I love my colleagues, but not everybody chooses their colleagues the same way that they choose their friends. So a lot of the problems that are happening in our lives make their way into the workplace.
Okay, so what are the most common workplace conflicts that you see?
Well, especially around the holidays, there are a lot of exceptional stressors. End of the year budgeting, the closing of the books, packing a month's worth of work into a shortened month. There are financial stresses. The holidays put a lot of pressure on people to spend a lot of money. It's often the case that in offices at the end of the year, there are reviews, bonuses, promotions. And of course, holiday coverage is a big deal. People want to take time off. Some people have their kids home from school. And all of these very simple things make life a little bit more hard and a little more stressful. So what might have been an easy problem during a good week in the rest of the year could be amplified pretty dramatically when everybody's feeling burdened.
Sure. And many offices right now, this time of year, they hold holiday parties or get-togethers outside of work. How do you make sure that office drama doesn't spoil all the fun?
Well, we first have to acknowledge it's kind of hard to mix work and socializing. The likelihood of casual conversation going awry is very high. Some people might watch a comedian on Netflix and think they're very funny. Other people might find those same comedians offensive. And so if somebody watches a special and then, brings those jokes into the office, that can be a problem. And it's also the case that when people are mixing social and work, they touch on a lot of third rail topics like religion or politics. And some people just aren't comfortable being forced to socialize. They'd rather just do their job and go home. So a holiday party is especially stressful for them.
And so let's say then that you have your own party and you want to invite your coworkers, but if you don't get along with one of them, is it okay to not invite them?
Well, if you're not inviting a coworker, you have a different kind of conflict that probably shouldn't be addressed just at a holiday party. And failure to be inclusive is probably going to be a recipe for more problems in the future. So I'd say, mend fences before the holidays and make sure everybody feels part of the team.
All right. Richard Birke with JAMS Pathways. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.